Hello everyone, it's Karen here today for Quick Quotes, and today I wanted to show you some of the details that I created on my Father's Day card. So the card is cut from a 6x6 piece of craft cardstock, and the paper that I used is from the Cherry Truffle line. The sentiment is from one of the quote bundles. This tag is actually created from the inside of the quote bundle packaging. So I use the travel packaging from the quote bundle. If you open it up, there's some small tabs here on the bottom that you can just take out. Take out the sentiments, and on the inside you have these awesome patterns on the quote bundles that you can use on your craft projects. Great idea, huh? So the tag was created from the travel one, but if you take a peek at the other quote bundles, here's the Inspire one. So open up the Inspire, and these awesome bird cages in blues and yellows, and then there's a couple birds there that match the Quick Quotes chipboard birdhouse or bird cage. So that's the Inspire one. And then the Sentiments quote bundle, I think, is my favorite. Well, I like the travel one too because of the globe. But when you open up the Sentiments, look at that script. Isn't that awesome? Wouldn't that look great on a vintage layout? Just add some Mocha Mama. You can distress up the edges, and it's a big enough piece that you can actually use that for a photo mat or some tags or whatnot. So yes, that's what I used for my tag here. And I inked it using Mocha Mama. I attached an eyelet using my crocodile, and then just added a bit of twine. Now the leaves and the branches, or the petals and the branches, I created using a Spellbinders die that was created for Heartfelt Creations. So I used the decorative flower pot die, but I only used the branches here. So I only used this die. And then from the vintage florals, there's a few sizes on here, but I used the middle one and the third smallest one. So I cut out some petals using my Big Shot. And then the shine that you see here on the petals of the flowers was actually created using some Glimmer Glam from Tattered Angels. So I just brushed the petals, and then the leaves, or the branches, were colored using some Viva stamp paint. Now this one is, what color is this? This is moss green, which kind of looks like a dark green, dark hunter green maybe. Not quite olive, but so I used that on my petals here. So moving on, I'm going to show you how you can mold your flowers. So you're going to take some paper, I use Cherry Truffle, and cut out your flowers and your leaves. And you're going to need the Mcgill Molding mat along with a Mcgill Stylus. You're going to turn once you've cut your flowers, you're going to turn it upside down, and you're going to use your stylus in a circular motion, starting from the outside edge of your petal. And then you can see your petals already started to mold. And then when you're done, you're just going to take your stylus and run a line down the center of that petal to go to the center of the flower. And you can see that petal has completely lifted up. So I'm just going to continue on with the flower and do that to all the petals. Now this is such a great way to add some dimension to your flowers that you've cut even if you punch them, like if you use some punches, some flower punches that you've got in your stash, and you have a Mcgill stylus and molding that, you could achieve the same effect. I just happen to be using the Heartfelt die and the cherry truffle line. So then once you're done, you're going to flip that over and just lightly press on it. You don't want it to lose all that shape. And then I'm just going to mold it a bit in the center, and that's going to pop all the petals up, which it has done. So there's that one. And then I just wanted to show you the small flower. So we're going to do the same thing. Start at the outside of the flower, and really you do not have to touch the flower die while you're molding it. Just let your stylus and your molding mat do all the work for you. See, it's already lifted. So I'm just going to turn it a bit and go on to the next petal. Just remember to bring your stylus into the center of your flower, and it'll pop up that petal just like it has done there. So I'm going to do my last petal here. So you could create some pretty intricate flowers. Like I could really close this right up and then do a really close center petal there with a few more layers. And then I'm going to go on to the leaves. Now I've already brushed this with the 3D stamp paint because it takes a couple minutes to dry. So you can see the glimmer there. It's got that green shimmer to it. So these actually look like leaves now, even though it's on brown cherry truffle paper. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take my stylus and I'm going to begin on the outside of the leaf. I'm going to go right down the center of the leaf to bring it into the vine, and it's already lifted. Isn't that cool? Same thing with all the petals of your branch. Now you don't have to shape your leaves like this. I just find it gives it a little bit more dimension, and the leaves kind of look realistic on your projects. Look a little more realistic when you do this. So there's the branch from the flower pot die. So when you adhere your leaves together, you're going to offset them. Oops. You're going to offset them so that you can't see I don't know if you can see that. I've offset the petals there. And then you're going to add some Want to Scrap bling to the center of them. And when I attached my leaf from the flower pot die to my card, I only put adhesive on the back of the actual branch part. I didn't put adhesive on the leaves. That way the leaves, you can lift them and there's a little bit more dimension to them. So you can use anything that's got a really fine tip adhesive and adhere those on like that. So there you go. There's my card for Father's Day using the cherry truffle line from QuickQuotes and some Heartfelt Creations dies. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. Until next time, have a great day and happy scrapping.